Hey everyone, Elite Trainer CJ here, and today we have another top 5 video. It's going to be the top 5 rock type Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's get started with this list. This is going to be rock type, anywhere from like just pure rock to, rock with the secondary. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the stats, and also if it's good to have in Pokemon Go, I guess, from a gym perspective, a raid perspective, and a PvP perspective. So let's go ahead and let's get going. Number 5, okay, before we start, there's actually going to be 6 entries on here just because one of them just ties in with the other one. So this is a honorable mention right here, and the honorable mention right here is Golem. With a max CP of 2,949 CP, ranked number 60 in Pokemon Go. It is a rock and ground type Pokemon. There is the shiny variant right there. Just because the shiny is actually available out of the wild right now. Well, not Golem, but actually just like Geodude. But still. Max HP of 160, ranked at 127th in Pokemon Go. Attack is 211, which is 84th overall. Defense is 198 with 52nd overall. Stamina is 190 with 125th overall. Now, Golem is a all-around decent Pokemon. You can hold it in a gym. You can battle a gym with it. You can battle a raid with it. I would not suggest doing PvP with Golem because it is 4 times weak to water type Pokemon, and actually a future video will explain why having a quad weakness to water type Pokemon is not a good idea. A lot of the meta relative Pokemon are actually water types, especially in the Great League. So yes, Golem is not an ideal Pokemon to use in the PvP perspective, but you can go ahead and put it in the gym, put it up against raids, or also take down gyms. Alright, let's go ahead and let's go into the actual top 5. At number 5 is Aggron with a max CP of 3,000 right on the dot, ranking in at 55th overall in Pokemon Go. With a max HP of 146, ranked 202nd. Attack is 198, ranking in at 109. Defense is 257, which is 9th overall, top 10 right there in defense. And then stamina is 172, which is 205th overall. Now, Aggron is an alright Pokemon when it comes to the gym perspective, just because it does have that great defense stat right there, but the stamina kind of kills it and the HP kind of kills it. So it would be a good gym holder, but I mean, it does have a quad weakness to fighting type. So something like a Blissey can, resist it a little bit more than Aggron could. It's also weak to water type. So yeah, make sure to take that more of ground and fighting type more or less than water. I think the steel kind of cancels out the water, so it does neutral damage. But fighting and ground type will destroy Aggron. And as you can see, this is the shiny variant, as you can find shiny Aron in the wild right now, or hatch them. But raid perspective, it is a good Pokemon to use, especially against like a Rayquaza, which is out right now, with the Dragon Tail Dragon Tail and Thunder and Rock Slide, and it just has so many moves that are actually pretty good against Dragon type Pokemon or Flying type Pokemon. So I would use that if it's a Flying or Dragon type Pokemon in the gyms, in the raids. I mean, even in the gyms, like if you want to use Aggron for that, it has a little bit of stab with the Rock Slide, but other than that, like, its attack stat is not terrible. But I would definitely choose something that's actually on this list ahead of it. Alright, coming in at the number 4 spot is Rhydon, with a max CP of 3,179, ranking in at 32nd in Pokemon Go. HP is 193, which is also 32nd in Pokemon Go. Attack stat is 222, which is number 70 Defense, on the other hand, is 171, ranking in at 128th. And Stamina is 233, ranking in at 30th in Pokemon Go. As you can see, it does have some pretty good stats, but defense-wise, it's not great. When it comes to gym battles or a gym defense, there is better options in this because of that quad weakness to grass and water type Pokemon, but it does do good in raids if you were to fight a fire type Pokemon or a dragon type Pokemon or even a electric type Pokemon. Those are pretty good up against it. It does have Surf, so it can learn Surf, and that's actually pretty good against a fire type in the raids perspective. So this Pokemon is pretty good to use. As you can see, Rhydon, which is a second stage evolution, middle stage. So you would assume that Rhyperior is on here, which yes it is, but we will get to that in just a bit. When it comes to PvP, Rhydon is not really ideal to have, just because it's so weak to water and grass type, and those are pretty common when it comes to PvP, like a Frenzy Plant Venusaur or any Pokemon that can have water type moves. Yeah, it is not an ideal Pokemon to use in there. Yes, the stamina's pretty good, and the attack's pretty good, but I just don't see it being viable in the PvP perspective. Let's go ahead and let's get into the number 3 spot. Coming in at number 3 is Rampardos with a max CP of 3,298, which is ranking in at 26th in Pokemon Go. With a max HP of 187, ranking in the top 50 at number 49. The attack stat is a top 5 with 295, ranking in at 3rd in Pokemon Go. Defense is a 109, ranking in at 331st in Pokemon Go. Definitely its worst stat right there. Stamina is at 219, ranking in at 49th in Pokemon Go. Rampardos is a overall good Pokemon. When it comes to the gym perspective, where it's defending or attacking a gym, it is a pretty good Pokemon to use. Just don't use it against a water or grass type Pokemon, because yeah, it would not work well. It is, I do believe, a full raw type Pokemon, which is not terrible, but there is better options if you want something with a dual type. But I mean, Rampardos is very good, very heavy hitting, so really use this Pokemon to take down gyms or even fighting raids. It would be very good against flying type Pokemon or even fire type Pokemon, or even, I do believe, ice type Pokemon. But yes, Rock is strong against ice type, so I would use Rampardos in the raid and gym perspective. Probably not defending unless you want to Flex, because it is a little bit rare. But yes, it is actually pretty good with taking down gyms and taking down raid bosses. PvP wise, I don't know exactly. I mean, the attack stat is very good and the stamina is pretty good, but the defense kind of kills it. That and really, it's only one type, so it's not very, very viable when it comes to trying to take over more than one Pokemon. Like something with a dual typing where it can, outlast Rampardos just because of its typing. But Rampardos, I guess, I would have to check it out. Rampardos is an alright Pokemon when it comes to PvP, so yeah, I guess if you want to use it in the PvP, go ahead. But if not, that's fine. Let's go ahead and go into the number 2 spot. Coming in at number 2 is Rhyperior with the max CP of 3,733, ranking in at 14th in Pokemon Go. With a max HP of 207, ranking in at 20th, attack stat of 241, ranking 32nd, defense stat of 190, which is 71st, and stamina 251, coming in at 20th overall. Now this Pokemon is definitely a good Pokemon. As you can see, all of its stats are right around that 200 area or more, except for the defense, which is only 10 off, but still, it's good. It's a top 15 Pokemon, and it's a very good one to use in gyms just because of how good the stats are. Yes, it has rock and ground type because it's also just like Rhydon, rock and ground type. It does have Smackdown though, so that does help it out. I would use it to hold a gym or even defend a gym just because of how high CP it gets, and just with those stats, I don't know. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult to take down than it would like a Aggron or something. Raid wise, definitely use this. It is a good Pokemon to use in raids. Heavy hitting, and it can take hits. PvP wise, it's probably way too high CP to even use in the Great League, so I would not suggest using Rhyperior in PvP just because a lot of raids, a lot of PvP matches do not take place in Ultra Master League. The meta is mostly taken in the Great League, just like if you saw the World Championship, it was all Great League. So Rhyperior is not an ideal Pokemon when it comes to PvP, but it is a good gym defender, a good gym attacker, and a good raid attacker. And the number one spot right here in Pokemon Go for the rock type is none other than Tyranitar itself, with a max CP of 3,834, ranking it at 9th overall in Pokemon Go, a HP of 187, which is 47th in Pokemon Go, attack stat of 251, which is number 20, defense is 207, ranking it at 39th, and stamina of 225, ranking it at 44th. Man, this Pokemon is good. And it has Mega Evolution coming sometime down the line whenever Gen 6 comes. And you can have the shiny variant of it, and if you were lucky enough to do the Larvitar Raid Day, Larvitar Community Day, I'm sorry, you would be able to evolve it into Tyranitar and have Smackdown, which makes this Pokemon even better from all perspectives. When it comes to raiding, gym defense, or even holding a gym defense or taking down a gym, it is a very solid Pokemon. It just hits hard, and it can take hits too because 207 defense and 225 stamina, which is really good. The only thing holding it back a tiny bit is HP, but it's still in the top 50, which is nice. Tyranitar is just so good to use. It's the number one from the rock typing, and it's also one of the best dark type Pokemon. When it comes to PvP, I have seen a couple people use Tyranitar in certain cups. Just because it has high CP it is, I just don't see it, using its full potential when it comes to PvP. Because if it was the Ultra or Master League, yes, it could thrive. It could be one of, right up there with the legendary Pokemon. But when it comes to Great League, it is just so diverse of a, league that there's just other Pokemon that just outshine it. This is a great Pokemon overall, though. I would suggest saving candies for it, evolving it, waiting until they have the get together community day where they have all the Pokemon come back together to do one big community day, just like they did with the first time they started doing community days, where they had Dratini, Beldum, Squirtle, Charmander, Pikachu, Mareep, not Eevee, but Bulbasaur. Yeah, but yes, wait until that. Just save candies right now. Save some good IV ones. If you want to get Smackdown, just wait until that Gather Up Community Day where they put all of the Community Day Pokemon together. And yeah, if not, then still use this Pokemon. Bite and Crunch is a great move set for Tyranitar when it comes to the dark typing. And if you have a Stone Edge and a SmackDown and Stone Edge moveset, go ahead and do that, because that's really good for Rock type. Anyways, that's gonna do for the top 5 of the Rock type Pokemon in Pokemon Go. I do appreciate you guys watching. Let me know if your favorite Rock type Pokemon is in this video, and let me know which ones you have, which ones you want to use, and which ones you tend to use when it comes to like gym battles or raids, or even PvP. Let me know how Rampardos does in PvP, because I want to see how it does. Anyways, I am Elite Trainer CJ, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Have a good one.